Good morning, friends. Welcome back to She's At It Again. My name is Tanya, and if you're new to our channel, we do a little bit of cooking around here. And today, I want to take you with me as I just dump the ingredients in a slow cooker because I already have them measured out. I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see me unwrap some chicken breasts and rinse them off, but I'm just going to dump all these things in a slow cooker. We're going to turn it on and let it cook for the rest of the day. This is a dish that I'm going to need in about 2 days, but today's Friday. I don't need this until Sunday evening, but I am not one to cook things at the last minute. I just like to get them done. That way I don't have to worry about doing it and not having an ingredient or being late with something or, heaven forbid, the electricity be off. So go with us as we make some barbecued shredded chicken that we're going to put over rice, and this is so very good. I say that about everything, but this really is very good. So go with us. Okay, we have our crock pot. We have our slow cooker, and this is a 6-quart slow cooker. As you can see, you know how I know? Because it says 6 quarts right there on the back. Because I mark all over my dishes. Most of them have my name on them, but this one has what the capacity is for the volume. All right, the first thing we want to do is take 4 chicken breasts, and I'm just going to lay these down without touching them. I rinsed them off earlier. They were in a package. These are organic chicken breasts, and I just like to take them out and kind of look over them and make sure there's no little pieces of bone in it. Sometimes they just have little pieces that they miss at the factory, I guess. I don't know. But this one had one little tiny piece of some, and I was glad I was looking it over. Because that's the last thing you want to get when you think something's of a smooth consistency and you bite into a bone or a piece of gristle or something. Those were kind of sticking together. Now by the end, you don't have to worry about these cutting these up in pieces. Let me start all over. You don't have to worry about cutting these up into small pieces because by the end, you're going to stir this and it is going to be completely shredded as though you had put it through a shredder. Now, not ground, like ground chicken looking, but shredded, and it's going to be beautiful. All right, I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil. That's one thing I didn't grab. We only want to put about a tablespoon or 2 over this. And that's it. This is just organic olive oil. On top of that, we want 1/4 of a cup of ketchup. This is the kind of ketchup that I'm using. And I'm not a huge fan of ketchup. That bottle will probably last me a year or 2. Yeah, we just don't eat that much ketchup. The only time I ever use it is in recipes. We're just going to put this right over the top. Now, ketchup has a lot of sugar in it. I'm not a big fan of the sugar. And if I were doing this just for our family, I would probably just use tomato paste and add a big squirt of honey. That's basically how you get around using ketchup. Tomato paste and some honey. And it has other seasonings in it, but I don't think you're going to miss them in this recipe. Next ingredient is a 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, which we have measured out right here. Next ingredient is a 1/2 cup of sugar, and I have coconut sugar. This is what coconut sugar looks like. It looks a lot like brown sugar, but it's not sticky like brown sugar. It's rather dry, but it has a lower glycemic index, and I like the taste. Nobody's going to be able to tell that you used a different kind of sugar in this. If you want to use white sugar, go right ahead, but I'm using coconut sugar. All right, let me turn this around a bit and down because you're not here to see me, you're here to see the food. 1 onion diced, and you saw me using my little onion chopper. That is so handy dandy. And again, if these don't even get diced up all the way, it's not that big of a deal because it's going to get kind of shredded up with the chicken as it cooks anyway. We're going to cook this on low for 6 hours. If you need to cook it faster, you could probably turn it up to high and cook it for 4 hours, but I normally cook it low and slow. This is one of those dishes to put in the slow cooker as you leave for the office in the morning, And when you come in the afternoon and you open that door coming home from work, it just kind of hits you in the face. The smell is just absolutely fabulous. All right, a tablespoon of coconut aminos. This is what coconut aminos looks like, just a bottle. It looks a lot like soy sauce or Worcestershire sauce. It has more of a taste of soy sauce, although it's a little bit sweeter. It's still going to get the saltiness, but it's sweeter, and I like it because it doesn't have soy in it. We need a half teaspoon of dry mustard, and I just keep it in bottles like this. Sprinkle it over the top. And then we need about a cup of beef bone broth. Now you could use chicken broth, I guess, but this recipe calls for a cup of beef broth, so it's about half of this container. And we're good on that. We put the lid on it. Oh, let me show you what this looks like. This is what our ingredients look like in the slow cooker. I'm not going to stir it. I'm not going to do anything else to it. Put the lid on. I'm going to plug it in right there. We're going to turn it on low, and we're going to let it cook for 6 hours. Now this is served over rice, so I'm not going to go off on a tangent again, but baked rice is the way to go with this. It's fluffy, it falls apart, it has a beautiful flavor just all on its own, but it's really, really good over this. So when this is finished cooking, we will show this to you, and we'll come back and video the final product when it's cooked, but I'll try to remember to video this Sunday evening when I'm ready to serve it as our guests arrive for our small group Bible study. So we will be back in just a little bit for you, but it'll be 4 hours for me. So see you in a bit. Okay, it has been almost 6 hours, not quite 6 hours, but it's been almost 6 hours since we started the slow cooker. Now, initially I turned it on high just to get it heated up, but really and truly it's been going for close to 6 hours on low. And this is what our mixture looks like. It's shredded. Now I have opened it up and stirred it twice, but pretty much at this point it just kind of falls apart. So the next time you see this, it is going to be going on a plate on a bed of rice, and it's perfect, just like that. You can add other things to it if you want to. I'm not sure what we've put it on before. I've served this for big groups before, and it went over really, really well. People really liked it. Some people actually put it on buns. They ate it as like a barbecue chicken sandwich, and some people put it on the rice, and some people ate it just by itself. And then you're always going to have those people who want tortilla chips with it, and that's okay too. Okay, so I'm going to let this cool off. I'm going to turn it off first. I'm going to let it cool off, and a couple of days later you'll see this going on a plate, and we'll serve it up and you can see what it's supposed to look like. So we'll see you then. Okay, we are back. It is Sunday night, and our small group is going to be here within about 20 minutes. So I wanted to show you this before the crowd starts coming in. It's just too much to video and other people get here, and I don't know if they want to be seen on a video. So this is what our chicken looks like. I transferred it from the slow cooker into this, and it barely fit into this container. And I think this is a 2-quart dish. This is our baked rice. Put this over here. So this is how this works. I'm going to put the rice on my plate. See how fluffy that is? Nothing sticks together. It doesn't stick to the pan. It doesn't stick to anything. So I'm going to put the rice on there. I'm just doing a sampler platter. This is not all I eat. And then here's our chicken. Now, if you don't want this much juice, you can always reduce the amount of broth that you put in there. But I think this is good because it actually makes a little bit of juice for the rice. Put that on there. A little bit of juice. And there you have it. This is our shredded barbecue chicken over rice. And it smells really good. So there'll be more people enjoying this in just a bit. So number one, the rice, not the rice recipe. The chicken recipe is in the description of the video, like always. But go back and look for the recipe for baked rice if you want to know how to do that, because this is kind of life-changing. It seriously is. But we're going to enjoy this tonight, and we thank you for being here. We look forward to sharing something again with you real soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.